your life story can be turned into a movie, for example, right?
You know,
Who would you want to play you?
what?
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually think that it could be turned into a movie.
There you go.
Okay, especially my childhood bit, because I think you know that's in the past. It will never be again. I mean, I can't think of one place where something like that, except maybe Papua New Guinea or you know somewhere really remote, where you could still have that kind of you know sort of childhood. I mean, I guess there's a few places, but you know, it was a specific time, an amazing time in Malaysia's history as well. And who would I get to play me?
Mm-hmm.
My daughter, maybe.
Can she act?
She's into drama. I don't know.
Oh, she's into
yeah,
drama.
I think she'd probably be quite good, but she's yeah.
How old is she now again?
No, she's going to be 18.
Okay, so we've got to wait another. Oh, no, she can't play a
No,
child.
she's too old.
Exactly. So you need like 3 different actresses.
Yeah, I have
you
no
know, to play
clue
3.
who would play me.
No?
I mean, there's got to you know, there's lots of. Well, they'd have to be mixed for one thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know who would play me. You'd find them, I guess. But the stories are great. You know, really, it's a good story. It is a good story, and everyone's got some kind of story. So, yeah.
Would you even turn that into like a real book?
Well, that's what I'm planning now.
Right. Okay.
A series. It's more a series of short stories that pop into a bigger book about my father's diaries
Okay.
that he kept in the whole nearly 60 years that he was here. So the short stories are going to be popped in to sections of that, and it will tell about our time on the estates, and you know the things we did as kids, as a family, and all that kind of thing. Yeah, there were some really nice things.
So that combined with whatever memories that you have left and so on.
Yeah, and the photos, because we've got loads of old photos. My dad was a real photographer. He kept records of everything.
When can we expect this?
A year and a half, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
We can wait a year and a half.
It's not that long. It's not that long.
All right, between Picasso, Van Gogh, Da Vinci, or maybe Michelangelo, who's your favorite artist?
Within that
Yeah.
group.
Yeah.
Okay, I would say Michelangelo's a real, he's an artist I've always been interested in, even from when I was very little, because he did, you know, they were beautiful.
Right.
And Picasso was a painter that I didn't necessarily like as a kid, but then I learned a little bit more about him as I grew up, you know, and the thing that I really like are his sketchbooks. But yeah, I would think Michelangelo first, and then definitely Picasso. And I love Picasso's story. That also, to me, is a big attraction. And also the story of his wives.
Right.
And things. So that whole combination. Van Gogh, you know, is great. I mean, lots of colour and everything else. But I wouldn't necessarily want any of his paintings in my house. No.
Really?
Yeah, no.
Oh, that's odd.
No, I don't think so.
Any of them, I mean, have any of their work impact your journey?
Not so much them. I think Michelangelo's always been about technique. You know, and you learn about it, you know, I learned about it in my art history and everything else. But I really like colour. You know, there's another artist that I really liked, Hieronymus Bosch. He's a very old Flemish artist, I think. I mean, I'm forgetting all my facts now, but I think he's Flemish.
How do you spell him?
Oh, B-O-S-C-H, I think was the surname.
B-O-S-C-H?
I think so. I could be completely wrong,
sounds
yeah.
like a brand.
But his first name is Hieronymus, and he did all these really bizarre paintings, surreal, of little figures and birds' heads and people being stabbed, and very Dali-ish, but way before Dali, but even more detailed, and sort of this garden of, what was it called? It called Garden of Sins or something like that, where, you know, it was like a whole huge painting with little figures and bizarre little things. They were. It's really fascinating, his art. Then of course, you know, I love people like Frida Kahlo. Now I'm having a hard time remembering who I like.
Have
you
you
know, there's
met
lots
any of them in person?
No, I mean, no,
But,
you know,
I
these
mean,
guys are
not
in the
those guys,
past,
yeah.
but no. But in terms of real artists that have influenced me and my work directly, I had a teacher in England when I went to do my A-levels. Her name was Wendy Barber. She was a weaver, and she's the reason I started weaving. Incredible.
Wendy Barber.
Yes, incredible woven artist. And a guy called John Hinchcliffe, also a weaver and a potter. He's very well known in the UK. So the two of them together, because I went and stayed with them for quite a while, the two of them together really influenced a lot of my work now. And also, I think to a certain extent, how I like to live. Yeah, my sort of ideal. Wendy's still around. John died a couple of years ago, and he's going to have a retrospective in the UK in October. So I'm hoping to go back for that. So they're known as Hinchcliffe and Barber now. And John was amazing at prints, block prints, wood block prints, and his very colourful woven items and his pottery. But Wendy was an incredible teacher and also an incredibly talented tapestry artist. And not tapestry as you think traditional tapestry, but landscapes, lots of texture, working on huge looms.
That's how your artistic journey is going forward, right?
Yeah, and they really influenced me a lot, and Wendy in particular, because she, you know, when I went to school in England, I just completely fell into that weaving. It was a weaving shack that they started when I went. You know, it was just one of those things that they started it when I was there, and I got completely absorbed by it. And that's where I decided to do textiles. Yeah, and go to art college and do textiles. So they've been huge.
Let's talk about magician. Do you consider them as an artist? They do call themselves artists.
Well, I think magicians. Depends how you define magician. I mean, are they the guys that do the tricks, or do they create an atmosphere, or do they change, you know, reality into something more fantastic? It depends. Yeah, but they are definitely. You've got to be an artist to do that. It's creative, and you're playing with people's perceptions,
illusions,
like an artist does in a lot of ways. You take them into a different world. So
I find it really hard to comprehend. You know, yes, you've got to be creative, you've got to be artistic in order for you to be able to create all these illusions, tricks, and so on. But calling magicians as artists, it just doesn't look good in a book.
It doesn't look good in a book. I disagree. I think I actually think artist doesn't have to be defined by somebody who paints on a canvas. And there's lots of, like for example, some artists will not call themselves craftspeople.
Yeah.
But craftspeople are also artists. I would call myself more of a craftsperson, because I like using my hands in lots of different ways, and I'm not just about making an image or something. I like doing all sorts of other things, and I like all that, the workmanship of everything. And I'm very much a craftsperson. I love the things like sewing, fabric, making things, you know, paint, building things or design. So I would definitely describe myself more as a craftsperson than an artist as well. Yeah.
That's an interesting, what do you call that, discovery actually, because I was just watching this movie on Diva. It's about this guy and this girl who fell in love in college or something. She's a true artist, you know.
Yeah.
She paints, she takes photographs, and this guy builds furniture.
Okay.
And
This is a movie.
Yeah, and he refused to be called an artist. He wants to be called a craftsman, you know, because he built something. He crafted something out of wood.
I mean,
and so
I suppose
that
if
was
you're gonna,
I think it was only about 2-3 days ago.
what was it called?
I can't remember the.
I suppose craft, if you're going to define it, somebody makes it, there's creativity that goes into it, but possibly there's a use to it afterwards.
Yep.
As opposed to a pure piece of art that is more, it's not necessarily there to be of use. It's there as a thing of beauty or a thing of controversy or whatever. So I suppose there is that difference, but it doesn't take away from the creativity, I don't think, or the skill or thing of putting it down.
Okay, I want to talk about heritage for a little bit. I read this article online that there is about 1,007 properties from different angles that are listed under the World Heritage UNESCO site.
Yeah.
And surprisingly, out of this 1,007, 46 of those sites are in danger. What's your take on that?
Well, I think the sites are always going to be in danger. The thing with the UNESCO listing, I mean, I don't know all the exact figures, but the thing with the UNESCO listing that it's in Georgetown is that it's protected that whole area, which is about 1 square mile, which means that there's guidelines that you follow within that area in order to maintain what you've got. I think the definition of endangered is, you know, it depends how you look at it. There's endangered because it's derelict and nothing's being done to it. It's endangered maybe because somebody has taken it and is, you know, renovating it without proper, you know, guidelines or, you know, or changing it completely, or they're trying to knock it down. So there's all sorts of endangered labels.
But it doesn't also, only mean that it could be environmental issues or social issues. Could be because it's.
I think in terms of the figures of the actual buildings themselves, endangered means that it's probably falling down or nothing's being done to it, or you know, it's a site that's at risk if somebody doesn't take it on. But you know, the site at the moment is I mean, there's so much stuff going on, and we all know there's so many hotels, there's so many coffee shops, there's, you know, all those kind of things, and that's all that seems to be happening in town. And then you're getting all these weird things like, you know, the Magic Museum and stuff like that, which has nothing to do per se with the history of Georgetown. So people take on different ideas of what heritage is, and you know, not everybody agrees, and nobody can, you know, and there's lots of disagreement on what should be in and what should be not allowed. So it just depends on a lot of individuals trying to make a business in that area, but using the heritage tag as a draw.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Piggy riding them. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that the whole site, to a certain extent, is always going to be endangered by all sorts of things. Yeah, Georgetown, the World Heritage Site,
right.
And it's got to be managed so that it doesn't, you know, deteriorate or change its character too much. Or at the moment, a lot of people are worried because a lot of the traditional, so-called traditional trades and a lot of the original residents are being pushed out of town, which is a shame because the whole life of Georgetown is, you know, that original sort of dynamic that was happening in town with shops and people living and workshops and, you know, all these little trades. That's what made the community so dynamic. And certainly when I lived in town, that was the appeal to me, that within my very small 2 or 3 streets, I could find everything. You know, vegetables, fruit, an electrical shop, a bicycle shop, a gas guy, you know, somebody that would fix my aluminium things. You know, that's what was so great about it. I think it's a real shame that a lot of people, many people, are not looking to live in Georgetown. But there's been a lot of issues. Property prices going up, so people can't afford the houses anymore. And so a lot of them look at the property as having to be used to generate money. Yeah. So it you know, there's all sorts of things at play.
Yeah, but you're right. The property prices definitely is increasing. You know, even outside of Georgetown itself as well.
Yeah, but you know, I think we have to remember as well that in terms of our neighbouring countries, Penang's actually still relatively affordable, which seems a crazy thing to say, but...
It's not just Penang, I think Malaysia as a whole is still one of the cheapest.
Hotel rates, everything within the area, we're some of the cheapest. And you try and buy property in Singapore, you try and buy property in Bangkok or Thailand or Indonesia even. I mean, the rates are still relatively low. So, people argue everything's going up. Yes, it is, but there's a bigger picture to everything as well.
Exactly.
So it's not an easy thing to solve, though. Yeah.
But we can't please everyone.
No.
There's always issues.
And there's always going to be change, and there has to be change as well.
I want you to complete some sentence. I'm just gonna
with any words.
Anything, and the first thing that actually comes up from in your
my
head.
Okay.
Okay, just say it. It doesn't have to be short. It doesn't have to be long. For as long as you can be yourself.
Okay.
Right? Let's do this. So, if I'm the Prime Minister of Malaysia, I will.
Oh man, that's just totally blocked my brain. If I was the Prime Minister of Malaysia, am I allowed to be controversial?
Why not?
Oh man.
That's the beauty of this.
I would make
we have
everybody
been
equal.
controversial in the past.
Yeah, everybody would be treated the same. So, we'd get rid of all these weird systems that we have in Malaysia.
I second that.
Of segregating people by race and also privileges to certain people and not to others. So I would certainly do something about the education system.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna vote for you if you ever going to compete or contest.
No, sorry,
they won't
no
happen,
vote
right?
there.
Okay. Men are very sexy when
They're real men.
define real man.
A real man is not some guy covered in muscles that looks absolutely perfect. A real man is a guy that will do all sorts of things and is very confident in himself.
Oh yes. Okay, good one. When I say I'm fine, what I really mean is I am.
Oh, okay, but knackered, and I can deal with it.
Which also means that I'm not fine.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Miley Cyrus twerking makes me want to
Laugh. No, sorry, didn't get that at all. Don't get that.
Have you not seen it?
Of course I've seen it, but, it doesn't do anything. I mean,
Nothing
I
at
just
all.
think it's a bit stupid.
It makes me want to puke.
Yeah.
Oh God, you're funny. On a stranded island alone,
Okay.
I
Would probably go around picking up a whole lot of driftwood and trying to find a place that's out of the range of the water and then just walk around and see what's available on the island. Yeah.
would you want to stay away from the water?
Sorry?
Why would you want to stay away from the water?
Because you don't want the tide to come up and wash you away if you're too low. I mean, yeah.
Okay. Okay, last part of this session, okay? We're gonna play a 5-word game.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start the sentence and then you're gonna finish the entire sentence with 5 words
Okay.
only.
Okay.
Okay? Now, the British royal family.
Have great fun traveling around.
Have great fun traveling out. That's it.
It's 5 words. It's 5 words.
Is that all you're going to say about the British royal family?
Well, I mean, Prince Harry's been having a great time, so that's what I had in my head. Prince Harry having a nice time.
Okay, second one. My worst fear.
Ooh, my worst fear. My worst fear is probably drowning drowning in sorrows. I don't know.
That's acceptable. My worst fear is probably drowning in
Is
sorrow.
drowning in sorrows, yeah.
Okay. Teenagers make
Parents go crazy, crazy, crazy.
okay.
Yeah.
We can consider that as 5 words, I guess. Monkeys and papayas.
Occasionally come into my garden.
They do?
I don't know, that's nonsense, sorry. Monkeys and papayas. Should I try that again?
Yes.
Monkeys and papayas are a great combination for photos. There you are.
Okay, last one. Too big, too long.
Too big, too long. Too big, too long. Too big, too long. Too big, too long. Too big, too long won't necessarily satisfy your fantasies. There you go.
I absolutely love the last one. Thank you so much, dear. Okay, we're gonna wrap up today's session. Okay. So
Okay.
what I want you to be able to do is perhaps say a few words to our Coffee Spill viewers. We had a very good session with you last Friday.
Yeah, it was good. I really
And
enjoyed it.
I think now you've got a little bit of an overview of what Penang art is and the community is all about here. And now that we can reach out to a lot more people who's watching this video, I'd love you to maybe say a few words to them. Look at the camera.
Okay.
and tell
I've just gone through life doing the things that I really, really like. And I would always say to young people now to really have a sense of what you want and what you dream for. And just go for it and do the hard work. Don't be afraid of the hard work, but take the time to do it right and take the time to really think about creating something of quality. And that's really what will push us all forward. Yeah, that's about it really for me.
So there you go. Thank you again.
You're
Rebecca.
very welcome. You're very welcome.
For you guys, you've got a lot of things to do actually, because I'm still waiting for you guys to come and subscribe and share our page, Coffee Spill TV. Every details of it is going to be available on our Facebook page. That's facebook.com/coffeespillpenang. And the good news is that for you guys who are outside of Penang, I'm going to be taking Coffee Spill into KL, so it's going to be a bigger event. So that's going to be Coffee Spill KL chapter, and we'll see how else we can grow from there. Okay. So other than that, we'll see you guys again next series, next show. I don't want to tell you who it is going to be yet until we post it up on Facebook. Okay. So from Rebecca and I, and our partner Cafe, Hui and Wa, and also our partner for post-production, Jack Creations, we are saying good day.
See you.